Greetings! In this video, I'm going to show you how to install Eclipse, one of the most widely used Java IDEs. But what's an IDE? IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment, which means that it combines multiple tools for editing, compiling, and debugging your source code. Eclipse is a productivity tool that lets you do more with less effort. So let's get started. In order to download Eclipse, we need to go to eclipse.org and here choose section IDE and Tools. Eclipse actually comes in different flavors for different programming languages, but we are interested in the Java IDE. Here on the left hand side we see all the different releases, with Oxygen being the latest one at the time of recording this video and to which this page defaults to. So from the right hand side we only need to pick the version appropriate for our operating system. In my case, this is going to be the Windows 64-bit version, and here just click download. Alright, so the download has started and I speeded up the video a little bit so it won't take too long. Once the download is complete, just go into the folder, and this comes as a zip. So really just use whatever tool you have on your computer. My weapon of choice is 7-zip. And I'm going to extract the content of the archive here. And this really shouldn't take more than a couple of seconds to complete. Once we have that, just go into the folder and try to execute. Uh-oh, we ran into a problem here. So this alert says that in order to run Eclipse, you need to have either the Java runtime environment or the Java development kit installed. And I deliberately removed them from my computer so I can show you how to get them. But first, let me explain what's the difference between the two. The Java virtual machine consists of multiple parts, but it's basically responsible for executing Java applications. The runtime environment knows how to load classes into the JVM, let it be user code or third-party libraries or the base libraries that come bundled with the runtime environment. The Java development kit, on top of that, contains tools for compiling, debugging, and monitoring our applications. So for developers, I definitely recommend to download the JDK. Let's go back to the browser and search for Java JDK 8. And from there, please make sure that you continue to the Oracle website. But why version 8? And why is it Oracle? Actually, let me stop here for a brief lesson in Java history. Java is not just a programming language, but a complex platform. And it has been developed by Sun Microsystems. The initial release from 1996 was followed by 6 other major releases from Sun up until 2010, when Oracle, the company famous for its database technology, has acquired Sun Microsystems. So versions 7 and 8 came out under the Oracle umbrella. At the time of recording this video, Java 9 isn't out yet, so let's stick with the latest stable release. And here we are back at the Oracle homepage for JDK 8, minor version 131. And first, you will have to accept the license agreement. And again, please make sure that you pick the installer appropriate for your machine. In my case, that's still Windows 64 bits. Okay, so the download has started, and this is only 200 megabytes big or so it shouldn't take too much time to download. Of course, it depends on your internet connectivity. But once we have it downloaded, just go into the folder. And I know that on Windows machines, you need to be an administrator in order to be able to execute the Java installer. But fortunately, I am on my own machine. So this is what I'm going to do right now. Execute as administrator. I'm going to accept that and wait for it. There it is. Preparing to install. Hit next. Here you can preview what and where is going to be installed on your computer, but I'm not going to change any of that. There's the default location. Hit next and wait for the progress bar multiple times. By the way, this footage is speeded up a little bit, so if it's not that fast on your computer, don't bother. Okay, here you can change the default destination where Java is going to be installed on your computer, but I'm gonna go with the default. And here it says that Java runs on 3 billion devices. I bet this includes the Android phones. And this is why, in my opinion, Java is such a great language to learn, because you can apply that knowledge in multiple fields. You can go and work for a big company, do server-side development, or work on some nice Android apps. So it's really an ace in your deck of cards. Alright, the installation succeeded. Cool. Close the window. There is actually an easy way to verify that the installation was indeed successful. For that, hit Windows R, type cmd and hit enter. This will open up the command prompt where you can type in Java -version. And if you see something like this when you hit enter, it means that Java indeed was successfully installed on your computer and it's ready to be used. So we can close this window now. Go back to the folder where we extracted Eclipse. And this time, if we double click on the executable, we are welcomed with this nice splash screen. Here we are prompted to choose our default workspace. This is where all our projects are going to be saved, but I'm just going to go with the default as I always do. Okay, we can maximize the window. And this is just a regular welcome screen. You can go and check out these resources, but I think it would be much more interesting if we created our first Java application using Eclipse. In order to do that, first we will need a project. So create a new Java project. Let's give it a name. My first project will do fine. Hit finish. Okay, this is empty so far, so let's create our first class. New class. Let's call it my program, and please make sure that you take public static void main method generation. This method is going to serve as our main entry point to the program. So inside the method, let's replace the comment with system.out print or print line, and give it a message, hello world. Let's get rid of that line, hit Ctrl S for save, and if we right click on our class, go down the context menu to run as Java application, it will indeed execute our application and print hello world to the console. So congratulations, you have just created your first Java application using Eclipse. I hope you guys found this useful and see you in the next video.